Load Xbox Game Bar first. It like wasn't pre-downloaded on my device. So I'm like the setting I got. Took me a few minutes, but I got it. Hi guys, welcome back. I've missed you. I've missed you so much, and that's my honest truth. Unfortunately, if there's like one thing going wrong in my life, YouTube is like the first thing I have to cut out in terms of like balancing my time, which is a great segue for what we're talking about today. It's called being organized and being hot. And I'm gonna teach you guys how I function in life, period. Also, I noticed I had a little thing coming up like that on my hair. Let's talk about Notion, and this is not sponsored. And boy, do I wish it was. Notion, please sponsor me because I love you. I love you. I actually love you. If you're a human, I would love you as a human too. So I started using Notion, I believe, in January. I think because of TikTok mostly, and then also Cody Co used it. Fave male YouTuber. My favorite girly pop is Lauren Geraldo, okay? Don't forget it. I started using Notion just for like lists, like notes. Actually, untrue. I actually did use it for my last job. And they used it for like documentation, like how to, like HR stuff. And I was like, oh, this is gorgeous because of the emojis. And so I was like, oh, I could do that. So I think I started with these kind of shared guys. For instance, recipes. Some place to put recipes, so if Garrett and I are like, well, what do we want to make for dinner because we've made so many, we can click here and say, well, what looks good, right? I mean, this is awesome. I wanted to use photos that I've taken, but that was so much work, so I just used photos from Unsplash, I think. Have I ever used this before? If I were to click in here, I've got a link to the recipe, photo, ingredients, and recipe down there as well, which is great. Then I was like, well, I want to make a movie list too. I already had this movie list on my notes app. Let me move it here. What we want to watch, what we have watched, TV shows. And then my last one was things to do in Chicago. This actually comes in handy when I'm planning for when people visit, more so than like everyday life, but I'll get to that. This is just a simple list. So now I use this guide for everything every day. I've created this personal tasks area, right? This has like all these things that I click on basically every single day. And my tasks. I can go broader, right? Yearly goals, tangible goals, intangible goals. Let's see. Oh, I did visit Emma. I'm about to go to Emma's wedding. Sub 10-minute mile. You'll see soon. I'm pretty far from that. This needs to be changed to August. Hey, that's you guys. Sneak peek. And then blah, 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 right? Cheesy stuff. These tasks are very like click, done. They're the miscellaneous ones are the ones that like you just do not want to do, right? Like you move to a new place and you're like, I guess I gotta get a doctor at some point. I'm writing it down. And that's the only way I will do it. Well, one of the only ways is I write it down in this long task list and then I eventually move it to the weekly tasks, and that's when it actually gets done. So like internist, dermatologist, need a new driver's license, oh, I have a reading page. Where the hell did that go? Oh, I guess it's not shared. Okay, that's weird. Content calendar page, open a credit card, buy my dentist, plan for Emma's wedding. Oh, I just bought a helmet. Exciting. I can move this up. These are kind of all things I want to do by like the end of the summer. Say I want to buy a bike, right? I'm gonna say, okay, I haven't done a miscellaneous task in a while. Let me go over to my weekly tasks and put it in a day I feel like I could do it. Now, the thing with the bike is I'm kind of doing a Facebook Marketplace thing, so a little tricky to know what day you're gonna kind of do that, right? But for helmet, I have buy a helmet, put it on my Tuesday to-do list, bought it on Amazon. All these things like are tasks that just take like 5 minutes, but they feel so daunting, and they just don't feel as daunting when you break it down like in the perfect way that I am. So like today, film YouTube video, click. Posting on Instagram. I feel like as we get older, everybody, posting on Instagram takes a long ass time. So I have to put it on my task list or else I don't do it. So I need to do that today. And these don't always, I mean, this doesn't include like, you know, workout or, you know, because that stuff is on my daily task list. But like tomorrow I need to go to the grocery store. I need to pick up my bridesmaid dress. I need to edit another video. I possibly want to make ramen. Normally I don't put a meal on here, but ramen takes like 2 hours, so that's like something you have to plan for, right? Every Saturday I got improv. I got some stuff for Garrett's birthday this weekend. Okay, now let's move on to the daily stuff. This is also a template. I didn't make like really any of these templates. Maybe I made the weekly tasks one. These are all in there if you just go to templates over here, right? So today is the 15th. Oh, I haven't journaled yet. I forgot. So when I forget to do that, I pull my journal out, put it near my keyboard, and I didn't take my vitamins. I have edited already today. I did shower. And so yeah, these are my daily things. And it's nice because it has these little progress bars that you can kind of like, code in, but they kind of do it for you. I don't ever look at other, yeah, I don't like this page at all. That's cuckoo. It's absolutely cuckoo. Hurts my brain. But you can look at it that way if you want, right? So like on my monthly journaling, I might have a goal that's like, hit my 100% on Notion, 19 out of 19, 5 times, you know? Not doing so well this month, but I have to remember, well, I did it once. I was so close the other day too. But I have to remember this is like just a guideline, because these are all kind of things I would do without Notion, right? Without writing them down. But putting them on paper and then clicking, check I did it, feels so good. It just gives you that like little boost of like feeling productive. And you have all of this data to look back. So like I have my January, February, March, April habits trackers over here. Oops. I have, when I had my birthday dinner, I planned it on here. And so I like my little archives too. Oh, no. Okay, so that's kind of like my daily use, a bit of, oh wait, no, it's not, okay. Then I also track my workouts. So mostly for the runs, because I don't really use like the health app, fitness app so much. And it's very simple. It's just, did I improve? Did I not improve? Either way, it's fine. I don't really care. I do have that goal of getting sub 10 minutes. And today I did a 10:47 and I almost threw up. So I'm not really sure that's gonna happen, but it's all good, right? I have the exercises I do, how long it takes. And this is like, all of this is kind of about time, right? Feeling like I'm filling my time in such a capitalistic world with things I actually want to do and not just work to make money to get back to the economy so that rich people can get richer. And I want to do stuff for me that I like filming YouTube with you guys, which is why I love you and thank you for watching. What's another one I put up? Oh, budgeting, girls. I started realizing, like, I mean, I've been on my own. I've been on my own. I moved out in March of 2021, so it's been 2 years, and I didn't start truly, Garrett and I tried to budget at first, especially when we were buying so much furniture, and then it just like fell right out the window because it was a lot of work. But that's because we would try to do it like once a month. So daunting. I just do this every single day. Again, I did not make this template. It just came to be. Now if you guys are worried, or if you guys are curious about my finances, here are all of them. It's called transparency, okay? I love this budgeting. I would just be like, I wonder how much we spent on groceries. Because I wasn't bad. We weren't bad with money. I wasn't like ever not looking at my bank account. Like I was always checking it, but I was like, I'm still curious as to like what actually the fuck goes on, you know? Like what am I spending my money on? So every single day I go in and if I buy something, I put it in. And guess what? I buy something pretty much every single day. If it's a month where I don't have to buy a plane ticket, which would fall under fun and entertainment, it's a good month. And we had to do the hotel room, which is pretty much a plane ticket. But this is usually my massive category here. And then fun food, so food like going out. Kind of a lot for this month, but that's okay, I'm having fun. In the summer in Chicago, it's like, what the I have to, right? Like I'm not, so much going on. Doing a lot of shopping this month. I don't think I've ever spent that much in shopping this year, but some big things were my dress being tailored and then the beach chair I just got. And that's because Garrett just got a new credit card and he wants to hit a certain amount of money to get points. So he was like, you have to buy everything you want right now. And I was like, honestly, that's kind of the push I needed. I also had a friend visit, which was kind of like big staycation vibes, where I was kind of just like spending a lot of money doing fun stuff with her. Luckily I haven't had to buy anything for my health, as in like no doctor's copays or CVS shit is always expensive. This is the stuff that, you know, basically I could not survive without paying for, like rent, Roth, la la la. My annual subscription. Transportation is good because I can see like, honestly, I'm normally spending the same amount on Ubers as I am on Ventra, but I'll do, you know, 30 train rides and like 7 Ubers, and then it'll be the same, and I'll be like really proud of myself because I did a lot of saving money that way, because the train and the bus in Chicago are $2.50 no matter what, and the lifts are more than that. And groceries, we haven't got a lot of groceries this month because I spent a lot of the fun food money. Anyway, this is just great to have because now I have this category and I can immediately click over to May and say how much did I spend on that. 600, right? Fun food around 400, shopping gifts, say I had some moisturizers I had to buy, that kind of stuff. So I did 24 train rides and 5 Ubers, which is great. Very proud of myself. And we did a lot more groceries, a lot more cooking at home. Anyway, I'm really going into the weeds here, but it's just so nice. If I had to give up everything, I could only keep one thing from Notion, it would be this budgeting thing. Because it's just so cute. It's adorable. Now let's move on to one-off things. So I have a travel section, and this includes packing lists. Because guess what? You can just copy and paste. So, like, this is so simple, right? I'm not making it crazy. I forgot to pack my toothpaste, I guess. But when I go to Emma's wedding, I honestly could just copy Alex's wedding, copy Mother's Day, paste, go through that. And then, when people come visit, so I started out with something that looked like this, which was like a table and then notes, and it was kind of clunky, and I didn't really like it, but there was like a calendar version too, which I didn't use, and then I was like, you know what, I just need to do a calendar. So that's when I started doing, I think with Sydney, yes, in a calendar and then an all post view. So I think this might have been like a content calendar template, and then I went from there. So like, I love this because not only is it great obviously before the trip and during, but after you can look at what you did, which is awesome. Sometimes you kind of forget. So like, let's see, Selena was just here, and boy did we do a lot of stuff, right? She came for the Taylor Swift concert, and so this could all be set up like this and view it like this, or I like this view a little bit better. Is I can see what do I need planning, if there's links for things. I added the transportation for this just so she can get in the mindset of like, oh, we're taking the train, we're taking the bus, we're walking. You could also add something that says, which I think I did this for Alex price. Yes. And so you can kind of total and see, okay, with what I've planned, how much is that going to cost my guest? And you can send that to them beforehand and see if they're like, can we cut this dinner out? Can we cut this out? I don't really want to do that, da da da. And then they're not so shocked at the end when they're like, oh my God, I spent $300 here and I was budgeting $150. My parents came to visit, so I sent I have to do all of this actually. You can also do the drag down XL. Look at all we caught up. And by the way, any Chicago friends that want me to share these travel like guest itineraries with them, I'm happy to. I would love to. I have like one for your parents. With me and Selena, it was kind of like a day in Old Town and like where we live, Lakeview, and then a day downtown. With Alex and Alex, it was like a lot more spread out, so we did like a day here. This was kind of broken up more, so this was like Old Town, and then a little bit downtown, and then kind of all over, and then museum campus, and Wrigley. So anyway, if anybody wants help on this, I would love to help. Well, there's my reading list. I'm an idiot. Oh, and I'm going to read Kitchen Potential. Anthony Bourdain. Okay. So, like, what I will, and the last thing I'll say is this is exactly what I'll do every day. Open this up. I forgot to show you guys my calendar. Oh shit. I think the calendar was another thing I like started with because Garrett was kind of like, we need like a shared calendar, and I was like, yeah, I guess so, but he doesn't have iPhone, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do. Imagine that day. This is also a godsend in like knowing what's going on. So I put some of this in my phone, like the really big things, but mostly I just keep it like on my iPhone calendar, and I mostly just keep it in here because I look at this every single day. And then things don't really sneak up on you as much, right? And you can see so much, like this goes literally to August 1st. And you just scroll a teeny bit. And then I can just look back at everything I've done. And then you and your partner or roommate can like have a little night and be like, let's look at what we've done this year. And then like look and be like, oh my God, every weekend we did something so fun. Literally, because we've had one weekend where there were like no plans. And that's because I had COVID. Okay, so I'll open my calendar and then I'll do a new tab. I do wish there was like a quicker way to open all of these tabs at once, because I do use this as like I keep them all open for the whole day type thing. You can't like right click and then like say open in new tab or something. So anyway, that's my complaint. Yeah, so I keep all 4 of these open all day, every day, since I'm on my computer working. Anyway, and if I'm like, have I done? And I sit there, I'm like, wait, I haven't done anything today. And then I look and I'm like, here's all the things I should be doing. Or I can be like, oh, there's not much planned on Saturday. That's nice. And I can kind of look forward to Sunday. I meant Sunday. Look forward to Sunday a little bit more to be like, oh, it's kind of an open day. We can figure out what we're doing. And that's my video on Notion. Isn't my hair look crazy? Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this inspires you to use some sort of like organizational habits that I brought up, because I really do feel like it just helps so much. Like honestly, the biggest things being like the budget and those teeny tiny tasks that you're like, I gotta call a doctor, I gotta set up this account, online, or I need to clean through my photo. Like just little things where you're like, you spiral because you're like, I know I have to do it and I haven't done it, and now I feel like an idiot because I haven't done it. And instead, put that energy into something more useful and productive and write it down. And then you don't need like a big book you have to carry around. Like this is on my phone. The mobile version is like my favorite thing in the whole world with some of the views, like the way that they set it up, but it works, especially in a pinch. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I'll see you guys so soon. Let me know if you have any other Notion templates that you like, or other apps or tools or things like that. I'm such a big tools gal. So that's why Notion. I was gonna say Notion makes me horny. I said Notion.